We just installed this Rude heat pump, and I'm not happy with, I don't know if you guys can tell, fan blade's a little bent. Can you see the coil shaking like that? So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna pull that off and we're gonna replace that fan blade. I got a new one. And we will see if that doesn't resolve it. These are a little tricky because the wires are so tight. See if I can get my hand in here and give us a little slack. So what I like to do is pick a point on this blade. Except this blade is bent. So we can see this tip is 3 3/4. This one's 4. So that's pretty bent. So let's see if this side is. Four and 3/4 here. Four and a half. I mean, it's pretty easy. The shaft is perfectly flush right here, so we're just going to put it right back flush. So you can see this side was 4 inches, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, and 4 3/4. So this thing's bent pretty good. I tested my new blade at home, and it was slightly. It's not perfect, but I'm hoping it's better. 3 5/8. And 3 5/8. 4 1/2. 4 1/2. This one should be better. You know, I don't know if you guys have the same problem I do. I'll wake up at night and think, did I tighten that set screw? I can't remember. So I always just like to double check. Oh my gosh, man, did I know I put it on there, but did I tighten it? Gotta be gentle. Alright, so there she is. And as a rule of thumb, what works the best for me is to just get that lip barely into the orifice or the shroud. So that's kind of how you know you got it right. I fixed a lot of units that way. So I'm gonna pause it here, we'll get it screws in it, and we'll start it up and see how she does. Yeah, I think it's much better. Coil shaking just a little bit, but it's all as good as I can get it. Yeah, and it's very much improved. She just came on in low stage right now. One thing I notice on these Ruud systems is the EXV takes a long time to kind of dial in the superheat. Typically it'll be high like this, and then all of a sudden it will flood for a long time, but it finally starts to slow down. And what we can do too is we can go inside the house, and I think a good way to diagnose one of these systems is going to be to look at the EXV position, and typically it's somewhere between 50 and 60%. If you see 180-90%, it's most likely going to be low on charge. So it's something interesting to deal with there. And what's nice too about this iConnect is I can sit over here in the shade of my truck, grab a drink, and watch the system run. I'll take you guys up to see the air handler if you want. Someone said no? You don't? All right, here we go. Give the camera a second to adjust. Look at that return box. That's nice, isn't it? So I made it nice and long because I try to engineer these systems for high stage cooling, and all we had before was one 16-inch flex with one 20 by 20 filter grill, and that's just not enough for this system at high. So we cut in a new 18 by 18 return. That's a 12-inch flex line coming around over there. And what I did here is I built this transition to the supply plenum. Everything's looking really good, no air leaks. So we got a nice long supply box that's like 5 feet. I don't. Let's pick that up some. Nice long return box. So this part's like 21 by 21, and then it reduces down to the unit opening. No water drops in the pan. And check that out, that's our line set. We ran a new one. I wrapped it in that foil wrap. Kind of interesting, huh? Oh, that's that. I think